Hi everyone, welcome to the Indica Foods channel, and today we'll be making some delicious family lunch. I hope you're starting the new year great. So we'll start by making some delicious jollof rice, and then we'll add some turkey wings. These are delicious and lovely, and this is also going to be followed by some gizzards. These are very spicy gizzards, or gizzador as people call them, and then we'll add some goat meat at the end. So to make this Sunday meal, we'll start with some fresh tomatoes. It depends on how much stew you need. I need a lot of stew. I'll add some garlic, fresh garlic, and then I'll also add some fresh ginger. And then I'll go ahead and add some bell peppers to bring that unique flavor to the soup that we'll be making with these tomatoes. And then I'll add generous amounts of onions. I'll cook this down and then blend it to just make a smooth tomato paste. Once again, thank you so much for watching our videos. Thank you for the privilege of your time. We really appreciate it. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. We appreciate the privilege of your time. Now we'll also start making our green blend, which is basically celery leaves, some parsley, hot pepper, garlic, and ginger and onions. So we'll just cut this together and blend them to make our green spice blend. So to make the protein, we'll start with some turkey wings. These are fresh turkey wings. So we'll go ahead and add some curry powder. Add generous amounts depending on the quantity of turkey wings that you're cooking. And then we'll add some chicken bouillon for that, unique flavor. And this is going to be followed by adding some thyme. I always say, what's a Nigerian meal without thyme? Then we'll also add some oregano leaves. These are all dry, but we want to bring the flavor profile to a notch that you'll not understand. I'll also add some dried chives. These add that unique flavor, and then also some hot pepper blend. These are habanero peppers, hot and fresh. So I'll add generous amounts because I really want this food to be spicy. And then we'll go in with the green blend that I just showed you moments early. I just add it in and let this steam and make sure that all the ingredients that we've added, integrate. And we'll also have the chance to mix it up because we want each wing to be coated with, all the spices that we have added. Let me take this moment to thank you for watching this video up to this time. Thank you so much for the privilege of your time. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. We really appreciate it. Thank you once again. So now that this is cooked down, you see this is the end product. Like everything has been absorbed by these turkey wings. So we'll just go ahead and remove the turkey wings, but also make sure that we keep the broth for other things that we'll cook later today for our Sunday lunch. Just to give you a perspective, in Nigeria, Sunday lunch is like, a sought after meal. We're very excited to have this meal because it's always, Sunday after church, and then you get to eat this delicious, delicious food. So thank you once again for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. We really appreciate the privilege of your time. Now that this has been boiling for a while, I'm very sure the meat is very soft, so I like it. I like the flavors. So we'll just go ahead and remove our turkey wings and then air fry them. On this channel, we try so hard to avoid using cooking oil because we don't want to add calories to the food that's already high in calories. So we just use the air fryer and they come out crispy, looking nice and delicious. But if you're the traditional person who likes frying them, at this moment you can go ahead and fry them once they've cooled. But these are delicious. Take a look at our turkey wings. These are crispy, lovely, and nice, and they're ready for the next step of our Sunday meal. So now we'll go ahead and make some goat meat. As I mentioned, I didn't show you a picture of the goat meat earlier, but we'll need some goat meat, and then we'll go ahead and add some bouillon. This is beef bouillon. In the turkey, I added the chicken bouillon. Then we'll also add some curry powder, and then we'll also go ahead and add some thyme because that's a very lovely spice that I So we'll go ahead and add some oregano. It's also very lovely. And then some basil leaves. These are freeze dried. Again, you can use the fresh one, but I have the dry spices. And then we'll go in with our green spice blend that I showed much earlier. And then let this cook. And then, of course, we can't forget the hot pepper. We love this food hot and spicy. So we'll let it cook in its own juices, and then we will make sure that we continue the same process that we did for the turkey, that we cook it down till it's soft, and then we would go ahead and air fry it. At this moment, if you want to add some water, just go ahead and add some water to make sure that your meat is very soft. I went ahead and added some water and let this boil for about 45 minutes, and then test it. And always feel free, if it's not hot enough, add more spices, right? But I feel happy with it, so I'll just go ahead and air fry this, and then we'll just go ahead and keep it for our next phase of our delicious Sunday meal. Once again, thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. You can see the outcome of the goat meat is crispy goat meat. As you can see, this is this crispy goat meat. You can also eat it now because it's well cooked, well flavored, well spiced. So enjoy it if you want. So the next thing for our Sunday meal we're going to do is some gizzards, as we call them gizzardos. So we'll go ahead and add some thyme, and then follow this with some bouillon. This beef bouillon, you can add chicken bouillon if you like, or vegetable bouillon, it's fine. Then we'll go ahead and add some curry powder, and then again our lovely chives. These are the dry spice herbs that I have picked interest in. Some oregano, be generous depending on how you want it to be flavored. I went for really a nice flavor profile, so I was generous. And then we'll go ahead and add some hot pepper. Again, this is habanero pepper. And then we'll follow this by our green spice blend that we made much earlier to just give it that unique, beautiful flavor profile. So we let this cook in its own steam, and then because gizzards produce a lot of water, we may not need to add water, but if you want to, please go ahead and add. So I cooked it down. I was not interested in the broth, so I'll just go ahead and add this to the air fryer, and again air fry them to make them a little crispy. You should remember, with gizzards, you don't have to put them for a long time in the air fryer because this is already highly textured meat. So if you over put it in the air fryer, then it becomes too hard and you don't enjoy it. So I always do it for 12 to 15 minutes max, but I always check, because you don't want things to be so hard. This is a Sunday meal we have to enjoy. And then I'll just go ahead and put everything and then put in the air fryer. It smells nice. It is delicious, I can tell you that. And if you don't have the strength to make all these ingredients for your Sunday meal, you can choose one and enjoy it because it's a nice day. Actually, we can call it a cheat day where we don't count the calories. So these have been in the air fryer for 15 minutes, and you can see they're already crispy and nice. So we'll go to the next step. I'll add some oil, some cooking oil. You can add enough, but this is enough for me. Add some thyme, and then let that improve the flavor profile of the oil. And then we'll add some tomato paste. This is a small can of tomato paste because I'm going to use a lot of ingredients for it. But you can put, depending on the size, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons, but this is enough. So we'll go ahead and fry this around. Make sure that, the thyme and the tomato paste and the onion come together. And then we'll go ahead and add the blended tomatoes, that we spiced much earlier. These were cooked down, blended, and now we're adding them to the stew. The reason why I didn't add a lot of cooking oil was I was going to add the turkey broth, and the turkey broth was already pretty oily, so I didn't want to have so much oil in my food. So I just went ahead and added the turkey broth, let this cook down and bring all these flavors together, and then I will use it for the next step. So this has been boiling for about an hour. I like it. The once the oil comes on top, you always know that everything is ready. So I will go ahead and scoop some for some stew, but then also start making the delicious turkey. This is our turkey. I'll just go ahead and add the stew, and then just make it more succulent, more moist, very delicious and extra spicy, because remember we spiced up the turkey alone and also spiced up the stew. So we'll just let this cook down so that each turkey wings absorb this stew, right? And then we'll go ahead and serve it. So you have to do this on low heat and keep adding generous amounts depending on how succulent you want your turkey wings to be. So I think I'm happy with this consistency. I love it. It's smelling very nice here. It's very delicious. So we'll just go in and add some parsley, to make it spicy, and also some onions to just add that unique freshness to the ingredients that we have made today. So this is really lovely. So some parsley will go on. It looks beautiful, I must confess. And then we'll just go ahead and give this a great turn to make sure that, the parsley again adds to the flavor profile that we have been building. On the second thought, I will not add the onions. I feel like this looks nice alone and it's great by itself. So go ahead and do this is the goat meat, if you remember. So we'll also go ahead and do the same thing we did for the turkey. Add some stew and cook it down nicely so that it's very succulent, moist, and delicious. So we'll just go ahead. Remember, use low heat. You don't have to use high heat because it may burn, and sometimes when stew burns it's bitter, so it's better to just use low to medium heat and let it cook and absorb to the best of its ability. Now here I'm going to add some onions because those also add that flavor profile, the uniqueness, and something crispy. That when you're eating the goat meat, you enjoy something crispy. So this is the reason why we added the goat meat. Once again, thank you so much for watching our video. Thank you for the privilege of your time. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. Now we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the gizzards. We go ahead and add some of the stew. Again, be generous with the stew. This is why I made large quantities of the stew, because I wanted to use it to cut all these pieces of protein that we have, and then I would use the remainder of the stew for making some jollof rice, because Sunday lunch is hectic, so you have to devise a way of cooking it efficiently. So go ahead and add some parsley again to bring that unique flavor to it, because parsley adds, a good flavor profile. And then we'll also add the onions this time, and then just let it cook. Guys, this is a great, great meal. This gizzardo is lovely. And if you have bell peppers, which I noticed I didn't have at this point because I had pre-boiled all of them, add some bell peppers. Make it look colorful, like the carrots, just make it look colorful. And that way you'll be eating your vegetables. The doctors tell us to always do eat your vegetables. So, but I think I'm happy with this. But next time I'll probably add some, bell peppers in different colors to just elevate the flavor profile. Now that we have been cooking, you see, I use most of the stew in the protein part. Now this is the one that's remaining that I'm going to add some rice to it, and then we'll go ahead and make jollof rice. Since it's spiced, it's flavored. Now at this moment, if you want your jollof rice to be hotter, you can go ahead and add some of the hot pepper or more spices, but I liked how the stew was tasting, and I knew that the rice would blend well with the spices and still be delicious jollof rice. So I'll just go ahead and mix the rice and make sure that every grain of rice is coated. And as we do this, we'll go ahead and add, this is the goat meat, broth. In the stew I used the turkey broth, but this is the goat meat broth, and then we'll let it cook because that's a lot of broth. So again, you can go ahead and reduce the fire if you really want it to cook nicely, but this broth worked wonders, so I'm happy with it. I'll not complain. I'll just let it simmer and then let the steam cook the rice. Once again, thank you so much for watching our videos. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. We thank you for the privilege of your time. So I'll just trap the air in by putting that foil, and there we go. Our rice is delicious. It's lovely. This is basmati rice. You can also use jasmine rice. I prefer basmati because jasmine you can only eat a certain portion and then I'm done with it. But that's a personal choice. But I prefer basmati. It's lovely. It's nice looking, and we'll just let it simmer for a few minutes to really make the grain very soft. And this is delicious, guys. This is our jollof rice. Some people really could go ahead here and add, some butter to make it, give it the unique flavor profile. But since we are on a calorie deficit, I'm not adding any butter at this point. I think this is great. This is lovely. We'll go ahead and serve our jollof rice and start preparing for our Sunday meal. Guys, this is our Sunday meal. We really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment. And also encourage others to like, subscribe, and comment. We appreciate the privilege of your time, and we look forward to producing more lovely content this year. Thank you, and see you next time.